Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, this would be nothing. And I mean, seriously, this would be nothing. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys that busted us through 8,000. We're on to 9,000. Now, one thing I like to do, right now, there's really not much going on. You know, we're a week and a half away from the draft. You've got the talking heads talking about that. They're doing their mock draft 2005.8. You know, they've had every scenario possible out there so that way they can go back and say, see, I told you the Cowboys were going to do da 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 da. Well, you also said they're going to do 3,000 other things. So it's really meaningless. You know, we've gone through all the Tony Romo deal, and he hasn't signed his papers yet for retirement and the speculation on that. So that's been rehashed. Well, you can get all that stuff anywhere. But I'm going to bring you something a little different today. My job is to try and make you guys think outside of the box. Look at a different point of view than what you get from all the talking heads, because generally speaking, most of it is all pretty much the same. No matter where you go on NFL Network, Fox, ESPN, CBS, you all get basically the same stuff. So I'm going to give you something totally different here today. A different theory. We're going to call it what if. I look back at my life, and every moment of the day, we are faced with what ifs. What if I left 5 minutes earlier? Maybe I wouldn't have been in that car accident. I remember graduating high school, and I applied to two universities, JMU and Virginia Tech, and I got accepted to both. And I didn't know which one to go to because I hadn't really planned on going to college. So I threw them up in the air, and whichever one I caught was going to be the school I went to. And I opened it up, JMU. So I went to James Madison University. I hadn't intended on playing football because I tore my knee up in high school. And I was trying to become a decathlete. So I was focusing in on my track abilities. You know, I was good at the 100, 200, 400 meters, great in shot put and discus, that I could put all of it together and become a decathlete. And at JMU, I met my wife. Didn't marry her for another 20 years, but I met her there. And I was also recruited by the football coaches there. And I played college football there and met Charles Haley. So what if, instead of catching that envelope that was JMU, I caught Virginia Tech? Would I still be here right now talking to you guys? Would I have the same kids that I have now? Would my life be totally different because of that one moment? So you're probably also wondering why I'm wearing 29, DeMarco Murray's jersey. Because this is one of those what if moments. What if in the 2015 preseason, the Dallas Cowboys had re-signed DeMarco Murray? We wouldn't have Zeke Elliot and we wouldn't have Dak Prescott. And you're probably thinking, what the hell does he have to do with us getting those players a year and a half later? He has everything to do with it. So here's the thing. If the Cowboys had re-signed him after having his best season as an NFL pro, leading the NFL, leading the Dallas Cowboys in rushing, if they had re-signed him, he probably would have had a really good year the next year. You can say, well, he didn't have one in Philadelphia. Well, that's because Philadelphia had Chip Kelly. And Chip Kelly is an idiot. They didn't use his skill. Chip Kelly is trying to fit square pegs into round holes. It's my system or the highway. And he grabbed DeMarco Murray because he figured I can hurt the Cowboys more by getting him. And instead of using him the way he can run, which is north and south, give me a hole and I'm going to go straight for it, and that's what I'm going to do. He tried to use him as an east-west guy. Make him go out wide, cut back, bend the play back, try and find the daylight. It's not his game. He can't do that. So that season was just a waste. But then, of course, he went to Tennessee, top 5 running back. Great season. So he would have been on our team last year, thus making it pretty much the case that Zeke Elliot wouldn't have been drafted. We might not have been in the position to even draft him at number 4 because the team probably would have done better. Because when you look at that season, the 2015 season, Darren McFadden led the team with over 1,000 yards rushing, but he didn't become the starter until week 4 or week 5. And so it was kind of a mixed match. You never know. Had DeMarco Murray been in there, that Tony Romo might have stayed healthier longer because we would have run the ball more. And maybe that collision that knocked him out, broke that collarbone, maybe it didn't happen. But it's not just that part. Because here's the thing. And nobody of talking heads out there talk about this. So when all you guys say, I just copy ESPN and I don't know anything, remember, you heard this from me first. DeMarco Murray leaving and going to Philadelphia gave us the 2016 compensatory 4th round pick. Oh, big deal. We got a 4th round draft pick. Yeah. Pick 135 that they used for Dak Prescott. Think about it. We wouldn't have had that pick. We wouldn't have had that extra 4th round pick that we used for Dak Prescott. So when you look at the Cowboys having 2 studs, rookies, FedEx Ground Player of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, it all comes back to one thing. DeMarco Murray. Thank you, DeMarco Murray, for not taking less money and staying in Dallas. But this goes a little bit further for me because, like I said, I'm a student of the game. I look back at what's happened in the past because you can go through and see that it's happened before. Tony Romo was Danny White. He was Craig Morton. Great quarterbacks that could play during the season, but for whatever reason, they couldn't get it done to get that Super Bowl. So when you look back, to me, as I always say, the draft is where it's at. You don't give up draft picks. But we had another running back in his prime that we traded away, Herschel Walker. And at the time, everybody thought that Minnesota got the best of the deal. The Cowboys just gave away the best running back not only on their team, possibly in the NFL. The best player on their team. They had nobody else. What the hell were the Cowboys doing? They must be nuts. Yeah. Well, with some of those picks that came back, they got Emmitt Smith, Darren Woodson, and Russell Maryland. And somehow Herschel Walker's team just went downhill. So when I look at DeMarco Murray leaving the Cowboys, it's a lot like my man leaving to go to Minnesota, Herschel Walker. So it's kind of like a great parallel. So again, we go back to, what if the Dallas Cowboys had re-signed DeMarco Murray? All I got to say is, count your blessings that they didn't. So I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and damn, I'm sorry, Jobu. You definitely need a refill. Now, I hope that the lighting is a little bit better. Hopefully, you can see a little bit more of the locker. And I've kind of upgraded the studio here a little bit, so that way I'm able to do a little bit more. And I'll probably do a test later on live streaming because I've got actually a monitor over there, so I'll be able to read all of your guys' thoughts and look at the camera at the same time. So, you know, here at the Jobu Sports Report, we're not satisfied with just having 8,000 of you guys following along and being part of the show. We want to grow this thing and be the official Dallas Cowboy place to go. You know, where all of us can come in here, talk about football, talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and have a little bit of fun. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. And if I don't live stream tonight, I am definitely live streaming tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern. So be sure to be here for the Jobu Sports Report. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and he's definitely...
Hello friends, Cowboy Jobu here at the Jobu Sports Report, reporting live here in Mexico. And as always, friends, you know I'm where the action is. We're here because, well, quite frankly, I've been deported. That's right, I have been deported from the United States, and I'm now living my life out here in Mexico. Hopefully, we'll still be able to broadcast to you guys once my buddy Mark leaves. I'm Cowboy Jobu.